November 9932 Victor, Boston approach. What's your position right now?
We just left Laconia. We were headed west, and probably I'm over I-93.
Okay, and what was your, do you have a problem right now? Is that what your request is?
Pilot of the plane is not well. He's very, I don't know what. I can't tell you what happened. He just is not responding at all.
9932 Victor, Roger. Squawk 5171 on the transponder, 5171.
Squawking 5171.
November 9932 Victor, this is Boston approach. How are you doing?
I'm fine. My father, who is the pilot of the plane, is not really responding. He cannot talk very well, and he's not doing well.
Okay, November 9932 Victor. Do you have any experience at flying the airplane yourself, ma'am?
I've flown a Warrior. I've never flown a Malibu.
Okay, well, they're very similar, and we're going to do the best we can to help you right now. Can you are you familiar with any of the functions of the airplane, like the transponder and stuff?
The transponder, yes, the code, the frequency code.
Okay, November 9932 Victor, yes. Okay, yeah, we've got a good reply on your transponder and stuff. What would be your request? Are you familiar with the Laconia Airport at all?
Yes, I just took off from the Laconia Airport, and I'm actually not too far away from it. I'm way too high right now, but I need to get on the plane, on the floor, and I need an ambulance to meet us there.
Okay, and November 32 Victor, how many other souls are on board the airplane, and how much, I'm assuming you have plenty of fuel since you were en route somewhere.
We're in Utica. We have plenty of fuel, and my mother's on board, and she's trying to help my father right now, but he's kind of swatting her away.
Okay, very good. And is he going to inhibit your ability at all to fly the airplane?
He has no ability at all.
Okay, very good. November 32 Victor, can you are you able to turn the airplane to a heading? Will you be able to turn the aircraft to a heading of 330? That'd be a left turn.
I can turn the plane to 330. Hang on, I got it.
Okay, very good. Turn the plane to a heading of 330 and advise me when you're on that heading.
I think I'm about 330. Sorry, that's code, hang on.
Okay, November 32 Victor, that's fine. Just advise me on that heading, and I don't know how familiar you are with the airplane, but do you know how to slow the airplane up, reduce the throttle settings and prepare the aircraft for landing?
No, no, I have not flown a plane. I know we've got landing gear that I have to get down. I can see it, but it's going to take me a little bit to go through this. So no, I don't know much about the Malibu.
Okay, November 32 Victor. I see that you've made that turn here, so that reassures me that you have control of the airplane. And I'd like you to maintain your present altitude. And continue your turn to a heading of 270. I'm going to try to give you a little bit more space so maybe we can work through some of the details of preparing the aircraft for arrival. So turn left to a heading of 270.
270, maintaining altitude.
And November 32 Victor, in our effort here to try to ascertain what will be the best thing, do you think that landing at Laconia would be the best thing for you versus some other larger airport?
Laconia is long enough to land the plane. It's like over 5,000 feet, so Laconia would be the best, and ambulance to Laconia Hospital would be the best.
Okay, very good. We're already speaking with people on the ground as far as arranging an ambulance to arrive at the Laconia Airport. November 32 Victor, do you know where the gear selector knob is?
Gear selector knob, no.
Okay, the landing gear. Well, first thing is November 32 Victor, there is some traffic out there at your 1 o'clock position and 3 miles. The altitude on the aircraft that is converging with you is 3,700 feet.
Okay, I have them on the radar.
Okay, November 32 Victor, just keep an eye on that there. And on the instrument panel, generally somewhere around the center of the console, there's a knob. It kind of looks like a, sometimes it looks like a a lifesaver. You know, it's kind of round, and it has a round edge. You know, the edge, it's like a big circle about an inch and a half in diameter, and it has the gear selector is attached to that.
Is that the landing gear down?
Yes, that would be the landing gear down lever. Do you see that?
Affirmative.
Okay, November 32 Victor, can you tell me your altitude? I'm not receiving your mode C at present.
I'm at 4,700 feet.
Okay, November 32 Victor, roger, and turn left heading of 180.
Left to 180.
And November 32 Victor, do you have a good view of the airspeed indicator from your position in the cockpit?
Yes, I have I have one right in front of me.
Okay, very good. Now, you say you're familiar with flying the airplane in the respect that, well, you're not familiar with flying the Malibu, but you have flown a Cherokee in the past, correct?
I've flown a Warrior, Piper Warrior.
Okay, a Piper Warrior. Okay, one of the things that we're looking at right now is the wind at Laconia is basically out of the west, 290 at 7 and gusting to 16. So the best thing would be to bring you in to the airport from the eastern side and have you arrive to the airport straight into runway 26. Do you concur with that?
I concur. That's how we took off. Concur.
Okay, very good. Now, one of the things is I want to try to go through is ensure that you have the ability to control the airplane and slow the speed up. You have the throttle control. You understand how that works?
Yes, I have the throttle and the prop RPM in the mixture.
Okay, November 32 Victor. And at present, it looks like you're eastbound. If you would, could you fly heading a 090?
090.
Continue on heading a 090. This is a vector for a downwind for runway 26 at Laconia.
Okay, continuing for downwind 26, Laconia.
And November 32 Victor, as far as extending the landing gear and flying the airplane, would you like to try to practice that before we set you up for arrival at Laconia?
Yeah, well, I think once I get into, I think I'm down at landing gear where I can put it down and leave it down.
Okay, November 32 Victor, so you would like to extend the landing gear at this point and just continue flying the airplane with the gear extended?
That's affirmative.
Okay, November 32 Victor, roger. Why don't you extend the landing gear now and just give me advised when you have 3 green light indications.
Well, I have 3 green lights, so the landing gear he must not have put up the landing gear to begin with. So I have 3 green lights right now, left and right.
Oh, okay, very good. So you're flying the airplane with the gear extended. Okay, very good. And as far as operating the throttle, this particular model, this is not a turbine aircraft, is it? It's a regular gas engine?
Regular gas engine, yes. I need to get down to, my mother is, something's really weird. I mean, she's flopping over like a doll now. I got 2 of them that are just both of them are flopping over.
And November 32 Victor, what was that last part you said?
My mother is also not responding to me.
Okay, very good. November 32 Victor, turn left to a heading of 060.
060.
And November 32 Victor, can you open some kind of window in the airplane? I don't know if you're suffering from some type of carbon monoxide poisoning in the aircraft.
Hang on a moment.
Yeah, open some kind of vent. Open the side vent or something.
Both side vents are open.
Okay, the side vents are open. Okay, thank you. Okay, November 32 Victor, so you should be over the lake at this point, is that correct?
Correct, I'm almost to Westboro.
Okay, very good. So you're very familiar with the area, so you know if you continue northbound from here, maybe you're heading at 360, you're going to see Wolfboro, and then the Laconia Airport will be off your left side by about, I'm going to say you're 9 o'clock and about 7 to 8 miles.
Correct, I have the Laconia Airport in sight.
Okay, November 32 Victor, roger. With the gear extended, why don't you start your descent down now to, say 2,500 feet.
Descending to 2,500 feet.
November 3-2 Victor, one of the most important things is you remember when the airplane does get on the ground that you're, and I'm assuming that you're familiar with this since you've flown a Cherokee before, is to use the brakes as soon as the airplane lands.
Okay, use the brakes as soon as I land.
Yes, don't let the airplane start freewheeling down the runway. You don't want to lose control of it. Once the airplane touches down on the runway, and based on your experience from flying a Cherokee before, just keep it aligned with the center line when it does land, but do ensure that you step on the brakes and slow the airplane down to a complete stop, and then pull the mixture out as soon as the airplane gets on the ground and stop the engine, because you don't want to have the engine running or have it impede anybody's ability to access the airplane and provide assistance to your parents.
Okay, I understand.
Okay, very good. At this point, would you like to add maybe 10 degrees of flaps?
Flap,
Okay, if you're not familiar with the flaps, then don't be too concerned with that. But say your airspeed.
Airspeed 130.
Okay, why don't you start pulling the throttle back a little bit, maybe a couple of hundred. Well, do you go by manifold pressure on that?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Okay, reduce the manifold pressure to about 20 inches and start slowing the airplane down.
Okay, where's manifold pressure? Where is that?
Well, actually, why don't you just pull the throttle back, the black knob. Pull the black knob back out till the engine starts to slow down a little bit. Just listen to it by sound.
Airspeed down to 120.
Okay, very good. Just pull the throttle back a little bit more and start slowing the airplane. Now, when the airplane does land, you're probably going to be going very fast. So, like I said, just apply the brakes as soon as you can get the airplane. As soon as the airplane touches down on the runway, you're about 2 miles from the airport. Are you able to reduce the throttle a little bit more and just slow the airplane up?
All right, I'm almost at minimal throttle here.
Okay. Well, just if the airplane starts to, you want to keep a good look on the airspeed indicator. You don't want to slow down too much because you don't want to stall the airplane, but you do want to try to slow it down the best you can so when it gets on the ground, you're not going way too fast.
You know what the landing speed is for this plane?
I have no idea what the landing speed is, but I wouldn't slow any slower than 100 knots.
Okay, no slower than 100 knots.
And just so you know, everyone there is awaiting your arrival.
Thank you.
How is your altitude looking?
I'm at 170 and descending.
November 3-2 Victor, how far from the field now?
A couple hundred yards.
Okay, just advise me when you're on the ground.
On the ground.
And November 3-2 Victor, and apply the brakes. Have you come to a complete stop?
Yes, I'm at a stop. Thank you very much. Here's the fire department. Thank you very much.
3-2 Victor, Roger, very nice work. Make sure that you stop the engine, pull the mixture out, the red knob all the way out.
Engine has been cut. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice afternoon.
You too. Thank you very much.